Can you speak at the microphones?
Can you come to the microphone?
Sorry, brother. Sorry. We want to hear from you. Anything you want to say at this point. You're in court. You love your son.
We thought Janice was in his son's business, but now we have proof. A witness just came forward claiming that Diddy's mom was indeed involved in those infamous freak-offs. And if that's not wild enough, there's a jaw-dropping rumor floating around that Diddy might have crossed some seriously twisted lines with his own mother. You almost don't want to believe it, but here we are. Janice in it? I mean, ever since we saw that video of Diddy kissing his mother on the mouth, we all knew something sus was going on. I mean, the woman was on an IV drip, and we all know Diddy would put folks on those to have them rehydrated after a long-lasting freak-off session. Things are getting weird as hell. So it's safe to say at this point, Janice Combs is deep in the sauce too. But that's not all. Word on the streets is Janice is now being investigated after some receipts leaked, hinting that she and Diddy might have been involved in some freaky business together. People are saying that Janice isn't just involved in covering up Diddy's shady activities. She might have actually participated in those freak-offs. And to top it all off, it looks like Diddy moved a bunch of his assets into his mom's name, probably trying to keep them safe from all those lawsuits he's battling. But it gets worse. Gene Deal came through with some nasty deeds.
I believe she knew he was doing the freak-offs.
According to Gene, Diddy used to get super territorial whenever Janice talked to other men, so much so that he'd put hands on her over it. And the real kicker? Gene said Diddy fired him because Janice made inappropriate advances toward him, which sent Diddy into a rage.
But you can't tell me Miss Janice Combs, who was always at the regular parties, didn't know nothing about the freak-off parties.
Now, before we unpack all this mess, let's rewind for a little context. This twisted story supposedly dates back to Diddy's childhood, after his dad, Melvin Combs, was unalived. Melvin, a Harlem gangster tied to Frank Lucas and Nicky Barnes, left Janice to raise Diddy and his sister solo. And rumor has it, to make ends meet, Janice brought men around the house. Men young Diddy allegedly witnessed her being intimate with. But that's just the beginning. We got so much more from Cassie's recent lawsuit too. Cassie. Remember how Cassie spilled in her lawsuit that Diddy was real particular about her wearing white nails during their freak-offs? He demanded it because it turned him on. The lawsuit literally says he made her wear white nail polish to contrast with the skin of the black workers and have her slathered in oil while rocking lingerie. Now, after this lawsuit came out, it's easy to connect the dots. Turns out Cassie wasn't the only one. People went back through photos of Diddy's past flames and noticed that young Miami also rocked white nails while messing with him. And even Kim Porter was seen with white nails back when she was alive. Coincidence? Maybe. But it doesn't stop there because Janice is also catching heat. Dirty business. Apart from the wild rumors about her and Diddy's freak-offs, she's being accused of protecting him and helping him keep all his dirty secrets under wraps for years. Y'all already know Diddy's reputation as a thief is no secret. He's snatched millions from almost every artist signed to Bad Boy. But the one who's been calling him out nonstop is Mace. Back in 2020, Mace put Diddy on blast for only paying him $20,000 during his time at Bad Boy. And get this, Mace even offered Diddy over $2 million to buy back his publishing rights. But Diddy turned him down. He said he'd only sell if Mace could match some offer he got from a European investor. But here's the kicker. The one person who apparently knows all of Diddy's skeletons is Janice. Word is Diddy's moved almost everything he owns into her name to keep himself covered if things go south. But the thing is, even after all these years of Janice holding it down for Diddy and keeping his secrets on lock, it wasn't enough to earn her any respect from him. Gene Deal said that Diddy used to put his hands on his mom and treated her like one of his little girlfriends. Straight up disrespectful. Gene first heard about this from Kirk Burrows, the president of Bad Boy, who spilled that Diddy had been mistreating his mom for years. Kirk even mentioned that Diddy once slapped Janice, and Gene was shocked because he didn't know it was that deep. He said if Kirk had told him back then, he would have handled Diddy himself. Gene also shared a moment when he had to check Diddy for cussing his mom out. He recalled the time they were all riding in a limo together, and Diddy snapped at Janice, telling her to stay out of his MF business.
He said, "Didn't I tell you to stay out of my motherfucking business?" He was talking to his mother. And I said, "Boy, let me tell you something. If I ever hear you cuss your mother again, I'ma beat the shit out you. You ain't gonna bring nothing but bad luck to us. Don't you ever cuss your mother again." "Gene, but I told her to stay out of my business." "You wouldn't have no business if it wasn't for her. I'm not playing with you, man."
Gene wasn't having it and immediately stepped in, warning Diddy to never talk to his mom like that again, at least not in his presence. He said, if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have no business, and Diddy knew Gene wasn't playing. The way Gene tells it, he wasn't afraid to call Diddy out and make it clear that disrespecting Janice wasn't gonna fly. But hearing that Diddy allegedly slapped his mom had Gene questioning everything, saying if he'd known that earlier, he wouldn't have worked for Diddy at all. This just adds another layer to the already messy saga surrounding Diddy and his relationships, not just with the women in his life, but even his own mother. But here's where it gets funky. Gene and Janice. After all the times Gene Deal had to step in and defend Janice from Diddy's wild disrespect, guess what? Janice started catching feelings for Gene. This ended up sparking some serious tension between Gene and Diddy, ultimately leading to Gene getting fired.
He didn't say my name. She didn't say anything about, and you too, Gene Deal. And maybe because she might still find me. She say she looking.
What you mean by that? His mom was trying to talk to you back then?
I don't wanna. What? What? That's how we fell out, bruh.
Now, Gene spilled the tea in detail. He said that Janice would make subtle comments and flirty innuendos toward him, but he always kept things professional. He said he never even entertained her advances and always showed respect, addressing her as Ms. Combs. But Janice, on the other hand, seemed to want to test her influence. One time, she even tried to flex her power by asking Gene to go downstairs and grab food from her car, even though there were tons of interns in the office who could have easily done it. Gene stood his ground, refusing to do it, and told her point blank, "I'm here for Puff, not you." Janice didn't take that well. She got all riled up and started making a scene, claiming everyone else listened to her, but Gene wouldn't. Diddy overheard the argument and stepped in, telling his mom to leave Gene alone. You'd think that might have resolved things, but nope. Things only got worse. After that incident, Gene noticed that Diddy started phasing him out. He began cutting Gene's hours and even brought in another security guy, someone from Gene's own block, to take over part of his duties. That's when Gene realized the writing was on the wall and decided to walk away from the job entirely. But despite all the drama, Janice has stayed 10 toes down for Diddy, even in the midst of his mounting legal troubles. She went as far as putting her properties on the line for his bail, along with the $50 million he offered as collateral. On top of that, she recently released a statement defending her son, claiming that all the accusations against him are lies. In her statement, Janice said it's agonizing to watch the world make jokes and turn against Diddy so quickly. She claimed the allegations are motivated by people looking for a quick payday, especially after seeing how fast Diddy settled Cassie's lawsuit. According to her, these are lies and misconceptions meant to destroy her son's reputation, but social media isn't buying it. People are calling Janice out, saying she's only defending Diddy because she doesn't want to lose her luxurious lifestyle. So now, the question is, was Janice a part of those freak-offs that we've been hearing about recently? And is she protecting her son out of love, or is she just trying to secure her own lifestyle? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the next messy video.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone.
Yeah,
Did Jay reach out yet?
nah, Bob, he ghosting.
What the f is this motherfucker doing?
So CNN just dropped Diddy's prison call, and the details are shocking. Fans managed to listen in on Diddy's cryptic conversation with his son, and it looks like he's laying down plans to cover his tracks, and he's not alone. He was also instructing his son to reach out to his accomplices and get them to help as well. Because if they don't, Diddy's gonna start talking to the prosecutors. He already mentioned Jay-Z by name during the phone call, so maybe the feds might start looking into him as well. But as for the rest of Diddy's accomplices, they're walking on thin ice. Just who did Diddy mention during the phone call? And are the feds going to issue warrants for their arrests? Let's find out. So ever since Diddy's been hauled to jail, he has had little contact with his kids, but that changed a while. Apparently, the 7 kids were in a state of shock following his arrest. But recently, Diddy had the chance to talk with them. According to American Weekly magazine People, Diddy has been able to speak briefly to family members and his children via phone. And get this, he was very concerned about his kids. According to a source close to the family, he has 3 minor children, 2 of whom now have no living parent available with him incarcerated. 4 of his 7 children have neither parent available with him incarcerated. The source also said, this is their father. But to them, he's not Diddy. He's Dad. He has always been a loving, devoted father. However, that part might not be true after all. See, there have been rumors about Christian and Justin Combs being a part of Diddy's criminal enterprise, and it looks like those reports were true after all. News reports about Diddy's supposed call to his kids only talked about him being concerned, but the call got leaked a few days ago, and it doesn't sound like Diddy was concerned about his kids' well-being. In fact, he seems more interested in giving them instructions to protect him. The former music mogul did not share any sensitive information over the phone, which is smart since prison calls are recorded. However, Diddy did manage to get his point across by speaking in code. Because why else would he bring up pizza boxes?
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'ma need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
The what?
All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes.
Okay.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Sounds really random of him, right? Well, not exactly. See, one fan pointed out that pizza is used to refer to minions by the wrong kinds of people. They wrote, "Pizza is code word for underage minions. Search pizza on Twitter, it's real, and a lot of Hollywood and high-profile celebrities are in on it. They are all PDF files." They also attached the picture of an affidavit from what fans think is an FBI investigation, which reads, "I know from my training and experience that pizza and cheese pizza is a known slang code word used by individuals to discuss CSAM in public forums without detection," which is exactly what Diddy's doing here. It seems like he's asking his son to take care of the rest of his victims before they can pose a threat to him. And if you still think that's a stretch, well, back in 2016, there was the Pizzagate conspiracy theory, which theorized that high-ranking Democratic Party members were tied to the same trade as Diddy. Now, we're not saying Diddy has ties to this ring, or if it's even real. We're just highlighting the connection between the word pizza and these kinds of deviant circles. But pizza boxes are not all Diddy talked about during the call. The former music mogul also asked his son if Jay reached out.
Yeah.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Pop. He ghosting.
What the f*** is this motherfucker doing? These things sweet now because I'm in here.
It's all good. You about to get out on bail.
No, fuck that.
And yes, he was talking about Jay-Z. See, Jay and Diddy have been rumored to be in cahoots. They've been friends over years, but ever since Diddy's been hit by lawsuits, Jay's been keeping a safe distance. See, every year Jay-Z hosts the annual pre-Grammy brunch, but this year he chose to cancel the event, which was all kinds of shocking. The event has been a cornerstone of the Grammy season since 2011, with high-profile celebrities including Rihanna, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Janelle Monáe, Kevin Hart, and Megan Thee Stallion. So why did Jay-Z choose to cancel the brunch? Well, according to one music insider, Beyoncé and Jay-Z were expected at Clive Davis pre-Grammy Gala to support their friend and CEO of Sony Music Publishing. However, internet detectives think that's far from the truth. A lot of folks think that it might have something to do with Diddy, since he has always attended these parties. But with the legal trouble he has been involved in, Jay probably thought it was best not to be photographed with him. And so no party, no difficult conversations with your old pal, and even 50 Cent hinted at the connection. He made an Instagram post with the caption, "Jay in hibernation. He ain't coming outside till this shit with Puff blow over, no brunch, no lunch, no dinner, LOL. I'm all you got him outside." But it doesn't seem like Diddy's cool about Jay putting him in a box. Apparently, before Diddy was dragged to Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, he was desperately trying to contact someone. And according to reports, that someone was Jay-Z. However, it doesn't seem like Jay-Z picked up. In fact, he's been more focused on making sure the tabloids don't mention him and his old pal in the same sentence. That said, Jay-Z is not Diddy's only accomplice. He also mentioned another producer during the call, but not by name.
Hey yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie.
Alright, Pop. It's fucking crazy right now.
Everybody out there quiet as a motherfucker, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
Now that's not exactly shocking, since Diddy has been rumored to have connections in the industry, and the indictment did talk about him having accomplices. But get this. During the call, it sounds like Diddy's threatening his supposed accomplices, which makes sense, since he did have the bright idea of recording them in the act. And get this. According to reports, some of those tapes are already in the hands of the prosecution. Apparently, a male S-worker allegedly provided Diddy freak-off tape to prosecutors after meeting federal investigators in NYC. What's worse is that some of these explicit videos have already been leaked on the dark web. Of course, there's the chance that Diddy has more tapes in his vault, which is why he's threatening everyone who's turning his back on him. Maybe the threats would get them to pull some strings and get Diddy out of the trouble he has landed himself in. Even Suge Knight brought up the possibility of Diddy blackmailing his accomplices during his interview on the PBD podcast.
He's in danger. He know too much. One thing you gotta realize is he probably having a conversation right now with the higher-ups and everybody else to figure out how it's going to work itself out. Because he know all the secrets. And if he get to running his mouth, it could be a bad look.
Meanwhile, Derek Parker, aka the hip-hop cop, said, "I don't see Combs getting out. I think with so much of the outcry of the victims in this case, he may either make a deal where he becomes king for a day, where he tells everything he knows about someone else that might be bigger than what he's doing for a deal." He also said, "I think anybody will rat if they're getting put into a certain position where you're looking at R. Kelly time. R. Kelly's doing 20 to 30 years on 2 separate cases in jail. That was 2 cases, right? Combs has got 100. And the problem he also has is the outcry of all these witnesses. It's hard for a jury, I think, to listen to all these people come forward. That said, it's almost like Diddy's not worried about finding a way out of his current situation because he already has a plan in his back pocket. And get this, apparently, Diddy's not concerned by the long list of lawsuits filed against him as well.
What about all these lawsuits though, Pop?
Ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. Bunch of money hungry and shit.
And while he might just be right about not having anything to his name part, he paid out $30 million to Cassie to settle her lawsuit. And that's not all. Diddy's businesses have been losing millions ever since his legal nightmare started. According to reports, his stake in Revolt has been devalued. And that's not the worst part of it for Diddy. He has been dropped from several businesses as well. However, Diddy can claim that he's poor all he wants. He still has more than a dozen lawsuits, which aren't going to go away anytime soon. Safe to say, that phone call sounded like Diddy was still not afraid of the possibility of paying for his crimes. That said, not everyone thinks it's Diddy on the other end of the receiver. One person wrote, "This has got to be AI, no way he is that dumb." That said, most folks think that the phone call is real. One person wrote, "This is conspiracy as destruction of evidence, coercion, intimidation of a witness, tampering, and a whole host of felonies. He just included his son in his own case, meaning his son is aware of what's written on those plastic pizza boxes needing recycled. Dumbest criminals ever. But what do you think? Do you believe the call is real or fake? And can the feds use this against the former music mogul?"
That federal indictment against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was just unsealed, and it lays out multiple charges against him, including racketeering, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, Combs was arrested overnight by federal agents at a Manhattan hotel. He will appear in court this morning.
I am in Miami right now for the Winter Music Conference, people. Yes, the party has begun. If you're not on your way down here, get on your way down here. If you're on your way down here, I will be here waiting for you. I have a special party announcement. Okay?
Behind the lavish parties, luxury homes, and million-dollar smiles, Diddy's empire isn't what it seems. His public persona was crafted as the ultimate music mogul, untouchable, powerful, and influential. But under the surface, there's something much darker. The allegations and discoveries from inside his mansion reveal a life that's far from glamorous. It's been described as a world full of secrets, manipulation, and control. Now, the walls are closing in. Diddy's indictment has been made public, and federal investigators are unearthing more about his freakish parties, coded activities, and carefully protected circle. The people who surrounded him, the ones who benefited from his success, fame, and fortune, are now at risk. The truth is starting to come out, and everyone involved may be dragged down with him. From rappers to CEOs, nobody is safe.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time, you know.
Remember that wild clip of Diddy and Rick Ross washing cars, all slippery and soapy? Rose was shirtless, and Diddy was right behind him, looking way too comfortable. At the time, people laughed it off. But with Diddy's name now tied to some serious allegations, folks are looking back at that clip with suspicion. We're talking about a man who's been accused of throwing freak-off parties where nothing is off limits.
Like the slippery soap. You know, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So, yo, just stay tuned to see Diddy and Rose wash a car. You never know
Diddy got on Carisha roof of the truck.
He made it happen. I'm proud of you. Only for slippery soap. That's right.
Rose's ex, Tia Kemp, already stirred the pot by calling him out, accusing him of hanging around shady circles. She hinted at some questionable behavior involving Diddy, implying that Rick might be deeper in Diddy's mess than we know. Allegations have flown about their late-night hangouts, and with Diddy now under federal scrutiny, the soap isn't the only thing that's slippery about this situation.
You done had too many parties, potty pussy. I'm gonna call you potty pussy. All your friends was there who you talk about, especially that one of that little Let me tell the world what you say about him, how he get find the cars and this, what his name is, 57 Freddy. I saw you on there. He talk about you so much. Boy, he said he had to get them niggas off your back, them Chicos. Is it true? They're sending them popos about shit. I had to go. Here we get the fuck out of there. They was sending a sheriff from my mama house all the way in a whole nother county. Man, what the crime I did? You police ass nigga. Retire the badges and just, I'm not a rapper. Don't beef with me. It's best to unblock me on your cell phones and your Instagram and let me look at your jetty jets too, like all the millions of billions of trillions of people doing. What the you block me for? I ain't no biases. I want to see the jetty jet too. They get the pretty Louis shoes. Them niggas over there stringing up that you like to have them do it at bunny ears. Hey, Kano, you was at the party too? Hey, Kane. I ain't talking about Kano. Kano is the one stole the Will Cuban link. It's a difference.
Let's not forget the controversy Rick Ross found himself in back in 2013 with that line in Rocco's track, UOENO. He casually rapped, "Put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home, and I enjoyed that. She ain't even know it." The backlash was immediate. People accused Ross of promoting rape culture, and it nearly cost him his career. Though Rose apologized on Twitter saying, "I don't condone R. Apologies for a lyric interpreted as rape. The damage was done." Nayo has long been labeled Diddy Jr. by the industry. While this title once carried a sense of pride, it now looks more like a death sentence. Diddy's influence on Nayo's career is undeniable, but being linked to him could destroy everything Nayo has built. The deeper the investigation goes, the more people are wondering just how close Nayo was to Diddy's world of secrets. Could Nayo have witnessed the dark side of Diddy's empire? Worse, could he have been involved? As the narrative shifts, Nayo's career might never recover from the shadow of being Diddy's protege. There's also a clip going around of Nayo's baby mama calling him Diddy Jr. and accusing him of taking part in the alleged freak-offs.
Tell him about the freak-off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak-off. Tell him about the freak-off. Tell them the truth. Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about none of these kids. Do y'all see a fucking picture in this house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol, fucking these hoes. That's what you care about. So let's go. I'm a Diddy bop the fuck up out of here. You and your freak-off. You can get back to your freak-off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next.
YK Osiris. His name has been floating around for a minute. Rumors started swirling about a luxurious vacation he allegedly went on that was paid for by Diddy. Diddy doesn't just throw money around for fun. Every dollar comes with a string attached. So, was this vacation a thank you for something more? It's hard not to speculate.
Diddy say he was Diddy's boy toy.
Yeah, I was in Jamaica with him.
Oh, I see it now.
See?
YK Osiris in Jamaica with his alleged boo Diddy.
See? Yeah.
Was you in Jamaica with Diddy though?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
I was with a shawty.
All right, but Diddy was there.
No, he was a whole other different.
Oh, so they just made this up?
Yeah, they made it up, yeah.
YK's career has had some ups and downs, but this rumor's got people side-eyeing every move he makes. With all the accusations flying, no one's taking anything at face value anymore. Ellen DeGeneres is another Hollywood powerhouse whose reputation has been questioned in recent years. Her connection to Diddy is well known. She's attended his parties, appeared on his shows, and maintained a close relationship with the mogul. But as more details of Diddy's behavior surface, Ellen's involvement in his world seems darker.
Is that going to be a new thing? Are you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not gonna let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are gonna have blisters. You're gonna be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Ellen's brand took a hit after stories of her toxic work environment emerged. Could the allegations against Diddy be the final nail in her reputation's coffin? If Ellen had knowledge of Diddy's twisted lifestyle, her silence could speak louder than any apology. Then we have Brycer Gray, aka Hakeem from Empire. He was on top of the world for a hot minute, but his career seemed to fall apart overnight. Word on the street is that Brycer might have gotten mixed up in one of Diddy's infamous freak-offs. If you're not down for whatever goes down at those parties, your career might not survive the aftermath.
Now, I have to ask you a little bit about when you made your comments about Brycer Gray. And now we see that, shit, man. Just what are your thoughts?
If I run into you in public, and when I say Andy, I'm talking about Bashir's mom, I'm gonna kick you in your and I'm gonna go to work North Philly style, bitch. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy?
Brycer's fall from grace was fast and quiet, almost too quiet. It's got people wondering, was he blacklisted for refusing to play along? With Diddy now behind bars and tapes allegedly showing all kinds of dirt, this theory doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore. Lucian Grange is the man behind some of the biggest names in music, including Justin Bieber and of course Diddy. But Lucian's involvement with Diddy isn't just about business, it's about power. For years, Lucian helped shield Diddy from the darker side of fame, using his position to protect one of his biggest moneymakers. There are rumors that recordings of Lucian Grange in these freak-off parties were found in Diddy's mansion. That would explain why he's always been protective of him. But Lucian's influence is now being questioned. As Diddy's secrets unravel, people are starting to ask how much Lucian knew and what he did to keep those secrets buried. Could Lucian's empire be next to fall as investigators dig deeper? Meek Mill has been trending ever since Diddy's arrest, and not for the reasons you might think. That infamous video of Meek in the pool, calling Diddy daddy and saying he loved him. Back then, it seemed like harmless fun. Now that clip is looking real suspect. Meek has been laying low, like real low. He's been chilling in Africa, riding dirt bikes and tweeting cryptic messages, all while acting like he doesn't know what's going on. But people are starting to wonder, did Meek get caught up in the footage the feds found? His silence is getting louder by the day, and the more he tries to act oblivious, the more folks are convinced something's up. Let's talk about Usher. The man's been thriving with his Vegas residency, but there's some history here that's resurfacing in a big way. When Usher was just 13, he was part of Diddy's flavor camp, and Usher's even admitted in interviews that, as a parent now, he'd never send his own youngin' to that camp. That's got people asking some serious questions. The whispers around Usher and Diddy have been around for years, but things really started heating up when Usher recently scrubbed his Twitter clean of any Diddy-related content. Then, there's that infamous moment when Diddy told Kevin Hart he woke up in bed with Usher, which everyone laughed off at the time. People are looking back at that comment with new eyes, and Usher's quiet social media purge is only adding fuel to the fire.
Don't sit on the bed at night, no homo, no, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close, but it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man, it's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not, I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented.
Justin Bieber owes much of his early success to Diddy's influence, but their relationship is now becoming a liability. Bieber's clean-cut image has been one of his biggest assets, but being linked to Diddy could tarnish that forever. As more of Diddy's shady activities come to light, people are starting to wonder what Bieber saw and what he may have been a part of. The squeaky clean image Bieber and his team have fought to protect is now hanging by a thread. If any connection between Bieber and Diddy's darker side comes out, it could destroy the pop star's carefully managed career. Rumor has it that Jay-Z might have been tangled up in Diddy's freak-offs too. Now, these two have been tight for years, with Diddy even throwing a billionaire party for Jay-Z. But whispers about their relationship are growing louder. Kathy White, Jay's alleged mistress who was found dead after reportedly becoming pregnant by him. Some folks are speculating that Diddy knows what really went down, maybe even recorded something. If the FBI tapes have any evidence linking Jay-Z to these freak-offs, it's gonna shake the entire industry. A fall from grace for someone as powerful as Jay-Z, and the world ain't ready for that. Kevin Hart is one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood. His name carries weight, and his comedic charm has made him a household name. But Kevin's long-standing relationship with Diddy now raises questions. How much did Kevin know about the darker side of Diddy's life?
If you're around this group of people, you're not motivated by what you see, I'm going to call you what I like to call a person that is just, you're a loser. Losers like to lose, winners win. Winners win because they surround themselves with winners. I'll be damned if I'm not around a bunch of fucking winners. Look around you, goddamn, and be inspired, be motivated, and ask yourself, do you want it? Because if you do, you get in rooms like this. There's a room like this.
Hart has been spotted at Diddy's parties and events, enjoying the wealth and power that comes with those connections. But Kevin has remained eerily silent as the allegations pile up. Could it be that Hart is trying to distance himself from a man whose downfall could jeopardize his own empire? A clip of him in one of the parties surfaced. He was part of the billionaire's toast, which the rich and famous attended. It was hosted by the main man, Diddy. Before Nicki Minaj blew up, Diddy was her manager. According to some wild rumors, he allegedly tried to bring her into his freak-off sessions. But Nicki, she wasn't having it. She shut it down fast. But things got messy again when she started dating Meek Mill. Some say Meek might have pushed Nicki right back into Diddy's world, against her will. That's some foul stuff. And if true, it's no wonder Nicki's been distancing herself from certain circles.
I vowed from that age, no man would ever abuse me, call me out my name, treat me like that. And then all of a sudden, that was my life.
Nicki's even hinted in interviews that there are some undercover brothers in the industry, and people are starting to connect the dots. With all this noise around Diddy, it's hard not to see some truth in what she's been saying.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Okay.
One of the weirdest moments in Diddy's history is when he and French Montana were caught on camera, covered in baby oil, while Diddy sang happy birthday to him. It seemed like some goofy, over-the-top party antics. With the FBI raiding Diddy's house and finding 1,000 bottles of baby oil, it brings a whole different perspective right now. French and Diddy had something going on given the patterns we've seen with Diddy's relationships. French has always played the role of Diddy's protege, but there might have been something deeper at play. Khloe Kardashian has kept a lower profile than her sister Kim, but her connection to Diddy, through family ties and shared circles, can't be ignored. Khloe has been spotted at Diddy's events, and her name has been loosely connected to his circle for years. Now, as the walls close in on Diddy, Khloe's association with the scandal could put her in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far so good. French Montana. Do you even know half the people you're naming? No. She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet. You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
And there's even a clip of Khloe talking about attending a party where everyone was butt naked. That's the exact MO of Diddy's parties. Being linked to Diddy's crumbling empire could leave Khloe fighting to maintain her reputation, even if she wasn't directly involved in the scandal itself. The Game admitted to running with Diddy for a while before eventually signing with Dr. Dre instead. So why didn't he stick with Bad Boy? There's been a lot of speculation about what might have happened between him and Diddy behind closed doors in those alleged freak-off parties.
Wasn't Puffy interested in working with you also?
Yeah, Puff. I was running around with Puff for a minute, but we was just partying, man. Puff liked to party. So that's basically all we did. I think the few times I was running around with D-Mac and Puff, we just did a bunch of partying. We might have went to the studio once or twice, but I didn't get to record nothing. I was just,
The Game has even spoken out about the presence of gay rappers in the industry, and now people are starting to think he might have been talking about Diddy all along. Maybe he's speaking up after footage of him in the freak-off parties was found by the feds during the raid.
And so that in the closet shit is real scary, you know what I'm saying? So we got to get into the seriousness of it, and it's just not fair to, other people. And then that shit spreads because that girl that you might be fooling might leave you and go find another dude who ain't gay, give him the disease, and he go cheats on her. And so it's it's an ongoing thing, man. So it ain't cool to be in the closet. So if you gay, just say you gay, man. Be gay and be proud, man.
Do you think that you've done songs with gay rappers? And who are not obviously in the closet?
Possibly.
Yeah?
Oh, when you say who not in the closet?
Who is in the closet?
Possibly, man.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So you think that you've worked with a gay rapper?
Yeah, man. And gay, not being just full out gay, but hiding it, trying to pretend like he, loves girls and live the rap lifestyle, but really, he's a man fan.
Kim Kardashian has always been strategic about her associations, but being linked to Diddy could become her biggest mistake. As more of Diddy's secrets are exposed, questions arise about just how much Kim knew. Did she attend those notorious parties? And was she involved in any way? Kim's entire brand is built on a public image of power and control. But what happens when that image is tied to someone whose name is becoming synonymous with scandal and destruction? There's a growing fear that her association with Diddy might become the Achilles heel of the Kardashian empire. Kris Jenner is the ultimate puppet master, pulling the strings behind her family's fame. But even Kris can't control the storm Diddy's facing. Kris has long been connected to the elite Hollywood circles he dominates. If Diddy goes down, Kris might not be far behind. Speculation is already mounting. Did Kris use her influence to protect Diddy? Or worse, was she complicit in covering up his behavior? Known for his brash attitude and no-holds-barred approach to the game, Soulja's recent revelations are painting a chilling picture of what might have transpired behind closed doors. In a shocking tweet that sent ripples through the industry, Soulja Boy didn't just hint at Diddy's alleged misdeeds, he put them on blast for the world to see. If Diddy ever tried me like any of these gay rappers, I would have killed his BA. The timing of Soulja's outburst is raising eyebrows. Soulja Boy's involvement in this alleged freak-offs adds another layer of complexity to an already twisted narrative. Was he a victim, a willing participant, or something in between? Whispers are growing louder about more tapes, not just one, but multiple recordings of Soulja with Diddy himself. If the feds leak these tapes, Soulja's tough guy image could crumble overnight. His desperate tweet might be a last-ditch effort to get ahead of a storm he knows is coming.
Yeah, we just gonna take y'all around the room for a second.
He's been spotted at those infamous Diddy parties, the same parties where lines blur and secrets are made. He's been in the Lion's Den, and who knows what went down when the cameras stopped rolling. Orlando Brown. He's been making some wild claims about Diddy for years, but people dismissed him, chalking it up to his erratic behavior. With all this coming out, Orlando's stories are starting to make more sense. He's been consistent in accusing Diddy of some dark stuff, and people are finally starting to take him seriously.
I got in my Diddy mode. I'm sorry, I started licking my lip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshka screw smash. You gave me the ooshka smooth off, the smooth smash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean?
Ever since Diddy's arrest, a bunch of high-profile executives have stepped down from their positions within 24 hours. Kevin Liles, Eric Pryor, Jonathan Holloway, all gone in a flash. The timing is just too convenient. People are starting to ask the big question, were these execs involved in Diddy's freak-offs? Or did they see the storm coming and decide to bail before the truth comes to light? Their sudden departures are raising major red flags. How many more will fall before this is all over? So where does this all go from here? Diddy's locked up, but the investigation is far from over. Every day, more dirt is coming out. More tapes, more witnesses, more names. But I want to know what you think in all this. Which A-list celebrities do you believe might be exposed in these leaked videos? How deep do you think this freak-off rabbit hole goes? And who else might be implicated? Do you think the FBI is sitting on even more explosive footage, waiting for the right moment to drop it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're hooked on this kind of explosive, behind-the-scenes celebrity dirt, don't forget to smash that like button and slam subscribe. We're always on the hunt for the latest and most shocking Hollywood scandals.